Hello everybody and welcome back to Ion Formula 1. We're in Canada, still in North America, but off the back of a very exciting race in the USA. Let's just see what this country can bring to us. Joining you in the commentary box today is me and Shay.
Welcome everybody, I'm Shay. I'm here with D-Pod, the best an Ion Racing has to offer. And we're here over in the Canada, the Bon Pierre racetrack. We're going to be expecting some great racing. We've seen a few drivers changes, a few simple team changes, but nothing too big, nothing like we saw at USA. But as for now, we're just going to be doing qualifying at the moment. We had a bit of a setback because we were fixing a few bumps in unanchored areas on the track, but we should be good to go now. D-Pod, do you see anything interesting to talk about with this new driver lineups?
There hasn't been, from what I've seen, there hasn't been that many changes, at least before Friday. If anything's changed between then and now, then I don't know. I can see Toots on the board. They drove in France and lasted about one lap, so I wonder if they're going to be competing today, possibly.
That could be the case. I mean, we haven't seen Toots racing that much, but if Lamborghini doesn't have that many drivers after losing Aviation Chad back to McLaren, and then having Finn and Jester as well in that spot. We haven't seen many other people on the board yet, so we'll have to see what he does, but we'll see what happens. But as we're starting to see a few people on the board, 1:15 from Mr. Macho Globe, that's going to be the fastest time right now. About 2 seconds off the best time that we saw in Free Practice 3. That was placed by Static, which was, I believe, about a 1:13.5.
That rings a bell in my head. That sounds right.
Pat Carey getting a 1:33. He's on an out lap. He's going to be starting his next lap now. Oh, and there we are. Professor Bloxer with Pro Drive is going to get a 1:14.2, best time of qualifying at the moment. They are going to have 3 purple sectors, same as Mr. Macho Globe getting that time. One thing to note is that this track had a few bumps, and a lot of people were complaining about it during the free practice runs. Hopefully Fasta has gotten something done to take care of that, but if not, a lot of these drivers are going to have to start being a little more reserved in their pace.
Here you can see Fernand for Aston Martin. Just starting their lap. Or are they finishing one? Let's see. They have to set 2 greens, so they might go for another flyer.
Speaking of Fernand, I believe we heard recently that Pro Drive was going to be taking them in for Season 5.
Yes, that was one of the pieces of news that came out over last week. Fernand not going for another flying lap. So the Aston Martin teammates of Professor Bloxer and Fernand, or should I say the ex-teammates of Professor Bloxer and Fernand, are going to be reunited at Pro Drive for next season, unless they want to keep Static on, who at the moment is doing pretty good for the team. A second place as things stand in qualifying, just behind Critical Noob by a couple of tenths, or 1.5 tenths. Static over the free practice sessions has really been doing quite well in that Pro Drive car.
And interestingly enough, Professor and Static were able to do those in only 2 laps, while Critical, getting the 1:14.0 on the top right now, had to do 4 laps in order to sustain that. Finn and Jester with the Lamborghini is going to be getting a 1:14.7 in 4th place right now, and Toots with a 1:18, getting him in 10th at the moment.
Oh, and they've just
it looks like the Care is going to take your fastest time now, 1:13.8.
2 tenths up on the best time of Critical Noob in 2nd place.
I'm going to be interested if Pro Drive could do some better times than they did at USA. I mean, we saw Professor get the win, but their other driver, Melodic, crashed out. They swapped him out for Static. I'm not sure who Audi got for a... Oh, that's right. Merc Music's going to be back. Merc Music will be back in Audi. We didn't see him in the USA, but he will be here for Canada. And looks like Craig still only has 1 driver. That'll be F1 Fan. Red Star with Critical. He's going to have the 2nd place right now, but his teammate Cool Plug Out is going to be in 17th at the moment. Looks like Project and Fern are still in with Aston Martin. Acer with E-Spirit. Did we see him for USA? I don't think we did.
I can't remember, to be honest. It feels like a long time ago. It was only 2 weeks ago, but it does feel like a long time ago.
That's what happens when you don't do these weekly anymore. Jogsey's going to be the other E-Spirit driver in the 19th, and then we have the Uprise people, Mummy and Real Miggy, who have not set a time yet, but it seems as though Mum's about to, as he's on the bridge heading onto the straight. You will be able to see him in the cam. He's right next to that Lamborghini. And there we are. He's done a time. Or not. He hasn't done a time. He is not on the board yet.
Okay. I'll just have to see how that uprise fares. Neither of the uprises have set a time yet. Mummy and Real Miggy Coolget both having no time next to their name.
I just noticed, based on this grid, we have 2 drivers missing. So we have a Crake missing, but it looks like we might have another driver missing as well from a team.
I'm trying to just scour through quickly and see who that is. I think it is a
it's
BMW.
BMW.
Yes. Indominus Rex is going to be a sole BMW out on track. Unless someone else turns up for the final 7 minutes of qualifying.
Well, that is interesting. I thought I did see 2 different BMWs on track. I mean, Kias. Actually, that's curious. Can we watch Indominus real quick? I want to see what kind of livery they're wearing right now.
Back on the BMW.
Okay,
it's become a
they are
tradition
back on the
for them to
BMW.
have a not very good livery in free practice now, apparently. So they had a weird like MasterCard Lola livery back in the USA for free practice, and then a Kia livery
Gold.
today.
It seems like they're just doing fan versions of F1 cars. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like they're just letting other people use their liveries for the free practice
Oh,
just
and
to have a
Baker
test
did
run.
a
I mean,
massive skid there.
but did it do him any good? Doesn't look like it. He wasn't able to finish that lap. Critical back on top. He's going to get a 1:13.49. That'll be the best time so far in this qualifying. He might be able to get pole position. But if anybody's got something to say about it, it's going to be these people in the top 5, because we have Static, who just did a full green. Decare did a purple, but was not able to finish the lap. Professor doing a purple, yellow, yellow. Pit and Jester, he's done a 1:14.7. He's got a whole second to get better if he's going to be able to get a pole position. But it seems as though Matt's going to be able to take charge and is going to get 4th with a 1:13.9.
Wait, Matt's back.
Oh yeah, Matt's driving. Yeah, Matt's driving, because Landstroid does not like the track. And
okay.
I guess this is a time where Matt could drive, so he's going to drive. Hopefully he'll be able to do a little better than Landstroid was.
Okay then.
Interestingly enough, actually not interestingly enough, I was kind of expecting this. Patrick Hero and Kaikara kind of in that low 20s. You got Patrick Hero in the 14, and 22 is going to be Kaikara. The last place. What in the world?
I don't know what's that. Oh, but they've just jumped
And
up
I
into
spoke
6th
too
position.
soon.
Interestingly, during free practice 3, Patrick Kerr was actually the fastest time for a large majority of that session, just beaten by Static, I believe. So Patrick Kerr, that's not English. If Patrick Kerr can get their mojo back together, then maybe they'll be able to set in a fast time. They need to knock 2 seconds off their time at the moment to be able to get into the top 3.
That is true, but if we check those results from free practice 3 again, there were some interesting things that happened, because we saw Indominus getting 5th right now. He was in 5th at free practice, and right now he's the one who's in dead last. Project did pretty well himself, but I don't really see him that well on the board right now either. Maybe because
just like
we
to
had
quickly
60
thank
minutes.
Aliops for that €1 super chat. Sorry for interrupting you, Shay. Just want to let people
No
know they
worries,
can give me free money.
No worries, we gotta tell the fans we care.
Oh,
But
and
anyways,
there seems
as
to
I
be a
was
big
saying-
train at turn 17, I think. Turn 15, sorry. Everyone in the field is waiting
this
there.
is happening again. We're having another USA. Oh, there they go.
Oh,
there
they're
they go.
going.
Alright, let's watch this train real quick. I want to see how many people crashed, because we saw a similar train at the end of free practice 3. I think we saw like about 7 cars going through, and only 2 of them were able to finish. Actually, I don't even think 2 were able to finish, because I think 1 crashed at the very end. Oh, there's an Audi already gone.
Just rolls in front of the camera.
And here they go. They're going to be going across the Hill S onto the Heineken's corner. Down the narrow path, and we're going to have another high right, and then we're going to get into first DRS.
Oh, Static just set a purple first sector, which means that they are on course for pole as things stand, but it could all change if they make a mistake in the second, which they're currently halfway through.
We're going to have that fast curve. It seems as though a lot of people are going to slide. That's a red star and a pro drive I just saw bite the dust, going down into the multiple corners. Hitting the next DRS zone, seems as though we've already had a crash. That's going to be a Crate slipping but not destroying his wheel. And then we get
Oh,
onto
and there's
the...
a McLaren that just went deep at turn 15.
Yeah, we got the heavy 150 corner.
Oh, and there's a Lamborghini that's gone off on the bridge. Static has 2 purple sectors. What will happen in the third? It's a yellow, but it's still pole position. It's provisional pole for Static in the Pro Drive.
That's going to be a pole for Static, and it's going to get second for Decare. He's going to get a 1.13.3. That's a 112.9.
That's the fastest I've seen.
We only saw
this weekend, I think.
Yeah, they got in a run now.
It's only about time for one more flying lap, I believe. Yes, because you've got to get all the way around the track. There's 2 minutes on the clock, and you've got to get all the way around the track on a slow lap, and then you've got to go for a faster lap. So there's only about, I'd say, 10 seconds left to get out of the garages.
How many people are actually going to try and commit to that? Because I feel like we saw half the grid in that big train.
Well, I'm with Critical Noob now, and they are coming around the last sector, so they're going to be getting ready to go for a flying lap and reclaim the first place position where they were. Project User has managed to get themselves all the way up into 4th place. That's the thing that might match their personal best qualifying ever in F1.
Oh, looks like they're about to start another train.
Everyone's reversed up against the wall.
That is one way to do it.
I think
y'all better start going soon. Y'all better start going soon. Actually, they've got about another minute.
Yeah, they've got a whole minute just to sit there and, I don't know, have
but
a drink,
if they do that,
snacks, get ready.
If they do that, that's going to be a one-stop shop. I mean, if you don't get that lap, you're kind of in the dead. Oh, Decare looks to be looking into it, Indominus.
Professor Brox is there, and there's a Craig of F1 fan pulling up now.
Oh, Matt's there. Oh, it looks like they're just going to start another train at this rate. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Almost half the grid already. And it looks like one of them's going to start, and everybody's going to get right behind them. There we go. It comes down to this. Wait, no, only 3 people are going to go. The others are just going to wait.
Matt's just stopped on the bridge, and underneath goes Kai Kera, who only has 26 seconds to get to the start line. I don't think they're going to have time to start another lap. Kai Kera has 2 yellow sectors. This is not going to be an improvement if Kai Kera can't get to the line in the next 15 seconds. I don't think Kai Kera will be able to start another lap.
Yeah, he's got time. He's got time, because that line's going to be right there.
I don't think so. It's only 6 seconds.
Wait, where is
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds,
yeah, he's
1
not gonna
second.
make it. What is he doing?
He hasn't made it to the line. Kai Kera can't improve, and he's currently 9th.
Well, I guess either they were expecting that, or that was just a lack of communication. Either way, they're going to have to deal with that. And so is Patrick Curl as he slips and crashes. That's not going to be a faster time for him.
Dakar improves, Critical Noob improves, Patrick Kuro did improve, but obviously can't improve anymore. Donza Hajek, Fenon, Fernan, Mummy, and Indominus Rex all have green sectors.
God, this just looks like another race.
Oh, and Critical Noob's gone off. Critical Noob has lost a tyre. They can't improve on their time.
Noob is gone. Checking Dacare's point of view to see everybody around him, since he's around in the middle of the train at the moment. I'm seeing Mr. Macho Glove, I'm seeing Finn and Jaster, Decare, Indominus behind him, and then maybe Dante Hajek behind him. Where's Merc? Oh, Merc wasn't able to do well, but maybe he'll be able to do better if he's in this train. Alright, here they come. Who's going to get the better time?
Dakar needs to shave off 5/10 to beat Static, and
That's
he does!
Enough. That's enough.
Pole position goes to the Frenchman.
Static's going to be able to stay in second. Critical is already out. He's staying in third. Professor in fourth now. That's a Pro Drive 2-4 for qualifying.
And that's everybody, as Aviator on Chad can't improve.
Merc Music was actually able to improve. We saw him in 18th, now he's going to be in 13th. May not be what he wanted, but it's going to be better than what he had. Indominus in 9th for BMW. Acer, 10th, that's going to be your best E-Spirit on the board. Finn and Jester will be your best Lamborghini in 11th. And then Mum will be your best Uprise in 12th. So let's go through that board real quick. I'm not sure if you can show it on stream, but our starting positions will be Decare in first, Static in second, third will be Critical Noob, Professor Bloxer in fourth, Project User and Aston Martin for fifth, Matt in sixth, Danza Haja in seventh, Patrick Curl in eighth, Indominus Rex in ninth, Acer in 10th, Rapid and Jester in 11th, Mung Me in 12th, 420 Merc Music in 13th, Kaikera in 14th, Fernan in 15th, Jogsty in 16th, Mr. Mancho Globe in 17th, Aviation Chad in 18th, 19th will be Toots, Real Miggy Coolit will take 20th, F1 Fan will be 21st, and in last will be Cool Plug Alt.
What a lovely lineup we have for this Canadian Grand Prix. From that grid, can you get an expected outcome, do you think?
I mean, well, from what I saw in free practice, a lot of people are having trouble. The free practice board was nothing like what I was expecting, but seeing these qualifying times, it kind of looks similar. I mean, it kind of looks like something you'd expect during qualifying, so I'm not really surprised in this. Yeah. We knew to care static. We knew to care critical, professor, all these people were really good at this. Although I say that, the KRRs, again, are in the low spots. You got Patrick in 8th and Kaikera in 14th. What I'm interested in is Static did really well in 2nd. Of course, that was probably because of the whole train situation, but even then, that's pretty good for Static. I don't think we saw him do that well in the qualifying in USA when he was out.
I personally thought Patrick could have been a bit higher up, but because of that time in free practice, but it's only 8th place.
Yeah, Static got 17th in Audi at the F1 USA qualifying. So seeing him now in 2nd is interesting. But anyways, we're going to be starting real soon, so let's get up to the, oh yeah. So anyways, we'll be starting the race soon. We're going to get everything set up so that we can start the race. We'll see you soon.
Off the back of one of the most exciting races in Ion F1 history, we've moved northwest up into British Columbia and to Maple Ridge in Canada for the 8th round of the 4th season of the Ion Formula 1 World Championship. We're racing in not only the largest country in the Western Hemisphere by land area, but also the country that is home to more than 50% of all of the lakes on Earth. This track in particular is unique because of its figure of 8 style layout, making it the only track on this season's calendar to loop back and cross itself. Here is the unique layout for today's race. 18 corners, many of them fast or even flat out, such as 12, 11 and the triple apex of 8, 9 and 10. Many of them medium speed, such as 1 and 2, and many of them slow and tight, such as 15 and turn 7. There's a lot of elevation change as well, with the back straight diving and rising, a big dip through turn 13 and the bridge from turn 16 to 17. And here are the DRS zones, the first located down the back straight and the second located from the exit of turn 14 all the way to the to the entry of turn 15. And there you can see the starting grid. So let's have a look at the starting grid. Pole position, first place is going to Dakar 2, second place is going to Static for Pro Driver, first front row for Static I believe. Critical Noob lines up third with Professor Bloxer lining up in P4. They won last week in the USA. Project User all the way up in 5th. Well done to them in the Aston Martin. Matt is 6th, 7th goes to Dancer Hayek, 8th goes to the Icelandic man Patrick Huro for KRR. 9th is Indominus Rex in the BMW with Acer for Eastbrit lining up in P5. P10. Out of the points now, 11th is going to, I'm not sure, and 12th, it's one of them too, Fenenjaster. The 13th is 420 Merc Music, 14th is Kai Kara, and in P15 is the other Aston Martin of Fernand. 16th is Jogsy in the E-Spirit with P17 going to Mr. Macho Globe, and their teammate Aviaton Chad at McLaren is alongside them in 18th position. 19th goes to Toots in the Lamborghini, and P20 is going to Real Mickey Coolett. 97 for Uprise, 21st is F1 Fan, and 22nd is Cool Plug Alt for Red Star, and nobody qualified in P23 or P24. So that's the grid ahead of this Canadian Grand Prix. Joining you in the commentary box today is me, Depot Dolphin, and alongside me I've got the owner of Brandstar, Shay A.
Hello, everybody. We're expecting some great racing today. Expecting a lot of people on this track to have their best. We're expecting a few bumps, maybe. We might see a lot of crashes. This is one of those tracks that is a little more critical when it comes to your lines, but we're also going to be seeing a lot of dry racing today. We're going to have no rain today, so expect some great racing and a lot of new strategies. Hopefully we won't have any crashes today. Hope maybe just one, maybe none. I'd hope so, but we'll see what happens.
Might have just jinxed it
We'll
there.
keep you posted. Hey, if we have one, that's fine, but, you know, I mean, do we want to bet how many we're going to have today?
Well, if I say something, I know it's going to immediately become the opposite, so everyone's going to DNF.
My money on 0 crashes.
Okay, everyone's going to DNF now, Shogo. Thanks.
Yay.
Speaking of strategy, we've got some data from Ion Insights, as we call it. Softs are expected to last anywhere between 10 and 13 laps around here, although that might be slightly less depending on what's happened to the bumps. Mediums, 13 to 16 laps, and hards, 18 to 22 laps. And how many laps did you say we're going to have? 37, Shay?
Seems like we are going to be having 37 laps to this
so
race.
It seems like maybe a hard soft or a medium soft sort of strategy may be what people are going to go for, and from what I can see, everyone's either on hards or the mediums. I think I can only see 2 medium runners in the field.
A little interesting, we are waiting on one driver. We see them kind of screwing around in the pits at the moment, but Project User still needs to get on the field. He's going to be P5. We see a bit of commotion going around their garage at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on. There we go. Looks like he's getting his tire set up now. I wonder what is going to be going on.
Here is Dakar, person who is on pole position for the Brandstar team, car number 1.
I wonder how Fexon feels about this ProDrive 2.4 at the moment.
Probably going to be very happy. They are, as it stands, the only Ion F1 team to have a 100% win record in the league, but they have only raced in one race, so we're going to have to see how this turns out.
We're going to have to see if that's a 100% or a 50% after this race.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 Pro Drives versus 20 other cars when Project User lines up.
I mean, we didn't see Static do very well in the last race, but, you know, after this qualifying dominance, we'll have to see if that still becomes the case. And we saw Professor win the last one, but that was also because Kai Kara and Dakar were not able to finish the race. If they're able to finish this race, I don't see him being able to get that top spot, unless they have some stellar strategy. What? Has to shut down the game?
I don't know what that was for. Seems like
that wasn't even a crash.
No.
That wasn't even a crash. Fasta actually, the owner shut down the game.
I don't know what that was for. We are already pretty much 40 minutes behind now, so we really can't be having too many more delays.
Let me see what happened.
F2 is meant to start in 20 minutes, but that's not happening.
Well, that's obviously not going to be the case anymore. But then again, when have we ever had an F2 race happen on time recently? I mean, that's why they set it up to be the way it is, because we know that that's that's why GT3 happens at what, 5, 6 p.m. Because we know we're going to have those setbacks, and if F2 is going to fall back as well, then we'll know that GT3 at least is going to run on time. Although I do have to feel bad for F2 because they've had to deal with this whole time. But we will try again.
The starting lights needed to be fixed again, so we knew that was an issue with the USA last time out. So hopefully that means we should be good to go now. Bit of a necessary fix.
I wonder how they knew about that before even testing them. Did you see them testing them at all?
No. Oh, actually, when I joined in, there was a 5-lap race going on. Maybe that's what that was for.
Interesting. Anyways, we're going to start again. Hopefully this will be the last time we have to start it. One person is going all the way back to the bridge. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, yeah. There you go. So if you're just joining us, we had the race set up, but then we found out we had a few problems, had to restart it. We should be back up and running very shortly. We're just waiting for everybody to get on the grid, and we should be able to get ready. We're expecting a 37-lap race, dry weather, so expect to see the hards, mediums, softs, all those tires being used for strategy. No reason for using intermediates. Anybody else you're keeping your eye on for this race, D-Pod?
I want to see what Pachacura can do. They scored points last time out, but as we know, they are a 2-time race winner. They haven't really gotten their pace back.
That just reminds me. I wonder what we're going to see compared to last season. Because we saw Pachacura actually crash out on this track. And Decare, who was in McLaren at that time, and Kaikara both finished, I believe. Wait, did Kaikara finish? I feel like he did.
I think so.
I would assume he did, but I also remember 420 Merc Music had his start in F1 on this track as well. So, and we do remember that in France, it was a complete 180 of what we saw in Season 3. We saw Decare and Kaikara finish, and Pachacura did not. So I wonder if that might be something that happens today as well, where Decare and Kaikara crash, and Pachacura is able to finish the race. Actually, funny enough, Decare actually crashed, I believe, in Canada, and then after the restart, he was allowed to continue. Hopefully he doesn't crash this time, because I don't think that's going to be happening another time. Looks like we might be ready to go soon. Hang on, something's wrong. Kaikara just went off his position.
Well, the laps have been loaded and the green flag has been waved, so hopefully that starts is coming shortly. We've got word to jump out and jump in for everybody. So their name pops up on the timing tower, and we can track their distance to the leader. And there we go, there's word from Faster, the race director, to watch the lights, and they are now coming on. And that's 5 lights. And very quickly, we're off and away in Canada. Dakar gets a good start as we're now going to come and round through turn number 1 past the pit lane entrance. And there's a pro drive It's Static. Static
just
has
flipped
flipped
already.
over at the start. Static is going to be all the way down in last position, very, very far back from the leader, as Dakar still leads, now going into turn number 4, that is through 5, and now round right through 6. Professor Blocks has managed to get themselves up into second place. Project User, is running in third place, and I think Indominus Rex in the BMW has also managed to get up there into 4th position. Matt's also doing well.
I was about to say, Static was a little... He wasn't completely straight on when he was in that grid spot, and then you saw him completely flip on the first corner of all corners. That's incredible.
And I think Project User has managed to get into the lead.
Oh my goodness, we almost had a crash already. I saw a McLaren and a Red Star almost wipe out on that fast corner after the DRS.
So Indominus Rex leads from Matt, leads from Project User, then it's Professor Bloxer and Dakar, fallen by 4 positions already down into 5th place. What's happened to the Brand Star? Pachakura and Kaikara are now only scoring 2 points between them, and that's solely on Kaikara. Pachakura really hasn't had the best of starts. They practically swapped positions. As Project User leads for Aston Martin. The fastest lap goes to 420 Merc Music in the Audi.
Oh my goodness, this is insane. This is we weren't expecting this at all. Project User was in the low spots, and now he's up in top.
Coming through turn number 6, up into the tight left-hander of 7, through that nice shot through the trees. It's Professor Bloxer and 420 Merc Music sharing second position. Matt and Dakar in 4th and 5th respectively. Dakar hasn't had the best of starts here in Canada. They really needed to be leading because Kaikara believes that if KR can get a good points jump... Oh no! Project User spins! Project User is no longer in the lead. They are going to be right at the back of the field. They aren't going. Something must have happened. Their controller must have disconnected or something. They're not moving.
It's either that, Hurry. It's either that or you got the spooks. I don't know, but he's not moving at all, and he needs to start moving, or else he's going to fall in the back.
Professor Bloxer, for the second race in a row, leads a Grand Prix for ProDrive. This is the best of starts that ProDrive could have had for Professor Bloxer, not for Static, their teammate. They're 10 seconds behind the leader, as Project User still isn't moving.
That's true, he isn't. But Fernand's still up there as well. He's in 3rd at the moment. Actually, I think he's almost leading now.
Fernand's up into 2nd. And there is the slide from Fernand's teammate, Project User, car number 66. They're just stopped on track.
Merc is now in the lead as well. Merc is now in the lead. He's going to be in the top 3 as well. And behind them is going to be Indominus. And then you have a whole pack of cars right behind him.
Dakar's put themselves back into 2nd.
And Dakar's fighting. He's fighting. He's going to get that DRS slipstream off of Professor. And so is 420 and Fernand behind him. But here comes this fast corner that Project had problems on.
Are they still stationary? I can't see. I don't think they are.
Nope, they're not in the same place.
They're stood on the side of the track. Project User is out of the race. They were leading, and now they're not. Something must have happened to either the car or the controller. We'll see if we can get word on that. And bring that information to you later. But for the time being, we should really focus on this battle between Professor Bloxer and Dakar 2, the 3-time world champion versus the 1-time race winner, last time out for ProDrive. They're leading for the 2nd time this season for their new team.
We might see Project User join us shortly since he's not racing anymore. He might be able to tell us what's going on and then help us with his commentary.
Nice nudge there.
I mean, you know he would not give that up.
Professor Bloxer leading by 4/10 over Dakar, who's just about a 10th ahead of 420 Merc Music. The top 4 now separated by just 1.3 seconds. That's Indominus Rex in 4th position in the BMW.
Oh, hang on a second. Professor went in the grass a little bit. He's going to fall behind, and Dakar's going to be able to take that top position. However, that might change again after this corner. Nope, DRS going in, slipstream. 420 Merc Music's going to take 2nd, and Dakar's going to take the lead, but he's going to be able to try and get the slipstream. It's going to be Professor Bloxer right behind him. Here comes the fast corner. Who's going to make a mistake? Will they make a mistake? No, none of them make a mistake. They're going to be able to go through there flying, but right behind them we still have more people, and we might have a crash.
4 laps in. Yeah, this isn't. This is
bad. Yeah. And 3, 2. Luckily, I did get the screenshot.
4 laps in, and the server's already crashed. Yet another delay, on top of our already hour-late delay.
Oh. Hopefully that's the lonely one that happens today.
This race was meant to be finished 10 minutes ago. Or no, 5 minutes ago, sorry, for your information. We're 4 laps in.
Wow. We are waiting for the second server. I don't know if one has been made. Okay. That's just going to be taking out a feature to see if that is the cause of the crashes. See if it helps. We won't say what it is right now, because I feel like that might give too much of an advantage. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, we got a new server in now.
Gonna see how well this little modification will help with the lag or whatever that's causing these server crashes. Or if you want people in chat, you can start conspiracy theories about if it was caused by anybody. There you go. Give you something to do.
FASA just announced the change they made. They're going to be removing Slipstream, seeing if that is going to be the cause of these problems and the disconnects.
If it is the cause
So
of
you
the
might
problem, then they could always just implement a more dumbed down version, like you see in games such as Backstretch Battles. Just have spawn parts and that just gives you 10 miles an hour or something. I don't know, just an idea.
True, but those races have how many drivers? I can't even remember. And they all happen in a straight line with pretty simple geometry. I mean, that could be the case. We might have to see it, but we don't even know if this is the problem. We might have another disconnect during the race, even without Slipstream. But if not, then that might be something to say. But we have to find out, and the only way to find out is by finishing the race. Seems as though we have about 3 people on the grid at the moment, waiting on everybody else. I'm sure a lot of people's spirits are kind of low at the moment. Although it's going to be interesting to see what happens without Slipstream. Do you think they're taking out the DRS Slipstream as well?
DRS is different from it though, so surely DRS will give you time, just you won't get slipstream. Or the drivers won't get the slipstream advantage.
Well, not only that, we have to see what's going to happen when it comes to this grid, because project users not going to be on there. I can't even remember all the people who aren't going to be in completely different places.
Well, static will be right at the back. Project user won't be able to compete anymore because they DNF'd before lap 4 or before the disconnect.
Yeah, Static's not going to be in complete last. He's in 18th right now. And after this, after this grid start, he might actually be able to do better, as long as he doesn't flip out on that first corner again.
The one person I would keep an eye on is Professor Bloxer, however, because they're going to need a good start off the line in order to stay ahead of Dakar in second place.
Not only that, but we have to hope that Slipstream was not a crucial part in their plan, because if it was, they've just lost their best bet. Seeing as Professor Blockster is going to be in first at the moment on this position restart. Not only that, but 420 Merc Music's going to be in third. We might be able to see them do some good stuff if they are able to get this launched pretty well.
Before France this season, the Canadian GP last season was it had the lowest finishes of any F1 race before. Hopefully a repeat of that won't happen, but you never know.
I wonder if we're going to see another Wolf Landry happen today.
We'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, with these bumps and all this sliding, we might even see another drift compilation. I almost said drip.
So we are just waiting for the timer to be set up and the lights to go out. We did have a server crash on lap 4, so that is where we will be restarting from.
We're going to have Project User not be with us today, which sucks. But other than that, I think we're going to have all drivers. I think we are missing a driver. Yeah, we're missing a driver in the back. Can't tell who that is. Let me check. Jogsy, maybe? Or Static? No, Static's... that could be... let me check.
Static is on the board.
Who is that? Oh, it's Acer. Yeah, Acer hasn't got on the grid yet. And seeing how long that pit lane is, that's going to be a while before he is. Well, if we can check the screen right now, we're going to see a bunch of people on the starting grid tower. Alright, here he is. So who you got your money on today, Deepa?
I did sort of have my money on Dakar, but seeing how Professor Bloxer went in the first part of that race, I'm not entirely sure. And whoever I was spectating has decided this is the moment to reset, right as the drivers are being told to jump out and jump back in. That was Mr. Mucho Globe. I don't know what that was for. Very helpful.
Hopefully he can get his cars. Oh, there he goes. That was pretty quick. Good thing we got a sprint function.
And as the drivers are being told to watch the lights for 33 remaining laps of this 37-lap Canadian GP. That's 5 lights. And we're off and away again in Canada, getting off the line. Who's it going to be? It looks as if the Audi of 420 Merc Music is getting into the middle of the screen there. And as we go through into turn 1, Professor Bloxer goes into second place. Dakar takes the lead through turn 2, swooping up now towards turn number 4. Professor Bloxer not having the best of starts here. It's being swallowed by the Brown Star and is about to be swallowed by the Audi as well. Depends how good of a lead they can get. But DRS is going to have much more of an implication on today's race now that the slipstream function has been removed. So everyone here is going to be getting DRS. Professor Bloxer, the Audi, Fernand in the Aston Martin. Dakar is the only person who won't be getting this DRS, so will this aid these drivers to get up ahead of the Brandstar as we go through Champions Corner? Oh. No, it doesn't.
There's a few people already going wide on the fast corner off the DRS, none of them crashing as of yet, although that is yet to be seen on the second one.
I apologise, I lied. Professor Bloxer did get a good lead on Dakar. He's managed to get into the lead by 1.3 tenths.
But is it going to stay? Dakar's kind of inching, and so is Merc Music right behind him as well. Seems he might be able to make a pass.
Professor Bloxer still seems to be ahead, but Dakar did have the DRS down that back straight. They're side by side going through the last corner. They're inside of each other as we come across the line now. Professor Bloxer dives off to the left, so does the Lamborghini to try and get people out of the slipstream. But surprisingly, the gap extends between Professor Bloxer and Dakar. As Dakar gets ahead through turn 2, I think.
The screen was off.
And there's a car that's flipped, I'm not sure, but there is a car at the back which has flipped
Oh,
over.
it's a crash! It's a crash! Static has crashed! He's crashed off the second corner. He's over by the bumps. He is out. He's on the inside. I don't think that'll be a problem, but he's gonna have to get. I can't even speak. He's gonna need to get that car reset.
Static did DNF they did flip right at the start of the first lap, but now on lap number 2 of the restart, they are actually physically out of the race. This is Pro Drive with just one lone driver, which is Professor Bloxer. The only team with a 100% win record in Ion F1 are now leading their second ever race to see if they can keep that streak.
Hey, we might be seeing a repeat. We might be seeing a repeat of the USA. We saw that one Pro driver crash and then Professor Bloxer getting the win. We might see that again today.
This is a replay,
However,
last lap coming through turn 1. You'll just need to wait for...
wait, we have another crash. We have another crash. An E-Spirit driver crashed on the pit entry.
That would be Jogsy. They've reset.
So that's 2 drivers out now. 3 if we add in Project User to that.
Let me just see at the back there, the Pro Drive slipping over.
Has reset. Hang on, though, because Professor just had a bit of a slide on the exact same spot. He's going to fall behind dramatically.
They're with the Lamborghinis outside of the points. What's happened here for the Pro Drive?
He slipped. He slipped hard. He slipped on that second corner, about the same place where Static did. Luckily, he wasn't able to crash a car like him, but that does mean he's out of the points now. He's got a lot of ground to pick up. That means 420 Merc Music's going to be in second now, and behind him will be Fernand and Matt as they go across the fast corner. We've seen a lot of people go in the grass to keep away from the wall. They're having to slow down. That'll lose a lot of time for them. But a lot of people are also able to take that well.
Matt's up into the podium positions. Where did Matt come from?
It looks like he was just waiting for his opportunity, and looks like he got it now, but he's going to have a lot of people behind him as well if he makes a mistake. And not only that, but Merc Music's in second, keeping him from getting that 1-2. We might even see a Brandstar FE placement.
Pachacuro is currently in 4th position, right behind Matt, car number 7. They really haven't been doing so well since they rejoined the championship for France. They got 2 DNFs in a row. They had 1 points finish in the USA, and now at round 8, they're running 4th. So hopefully this will end up as a good result for the team, as their teammate Kaikera and KR Racing team owner is 16th, 7 seconds behind the leader. That's definitely not where the championship leader really needs to be right now.
I'm seeing a repeat of USA again. Do you know why?
Professor Bloxer. Oh wait, no, Professor Bloxer's no longer leading.
No.
Why?
No.
I don't know.
Tell me. Running away with it now. He has 2 seconds gap between him and Merc Music.
He's really gotten into the clean air here.
Hopefully we don't see a repeat of USA in which he crashes. We wouldn't want that. Although now we kind of have an idea of where these bad problems areas are. We have the fast corner. We haven't seen any crashes as of yet, although I feel like that might change soon. But that second corner has now taken not only Professor and almost ruining him, but has also taken Static. And this bridge might be some crucial information as well, because we saw an E-Spirit have a problem there, because I do not think they were trying to go into the pit lane. So I can only assume they crashed at the bridge and then moved into the pit lane.
Maybe they just lost traction over the bridge, maybe hit a bump or something, and then just went straight on. We'll have to wait and see if we're going to get any footage of that for the highlights video, which will be coming out later in the week, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. Get all of the best bits of the race without actually having to sit through all of it.
There's another crash! Or was there a crash? I can't tell.
I think it was a BMW, but they're still running.
No, that was... I think a Brandstar actually spun out a little bit. He's going to fall behind. I think.
Oh yeah, Matt's down by Toots. Matt is in 8th.
Oh, I thought I saw a crash for a second. I thought I saw a wheel in the track, but it looks like it was my mind playing tricks on me. We still have everybody. I'm kind of curious how many people are going to crash at this bridge, because we saw a lot of people crashing during there at Season 3.
Something must have happened to Professor Bloxer because they're down in last place, 13 seconds behind the leader.
Wait,
Professor
what?
Bloxer has gone from 1st to 18th in the space of 3 laps as Fenenjoster holds the fastest lap and Patrick Kuro gets up into the podium places.
Uh-oh. Oh, nope, we're good, we're good. I really hope that slipstream was the problem, because I would rather not have a crash again. But what in the world happened to Professor Bloxer? It seems as though he might have had the same issue as Project User, maybe.
I'm not
Or
sure.
he had another slip-up.
They're right on the tail of Acer now, so hopefully they'll be able to get past them into turn 1.
We haven't been able to see these further positions, because we've been kind of following the top positions at the moment, but hopefully we'll be able to tell what happened off the radio, or if we're going to get an update from somebody, we'll have to see.
Kaikera is very tight in a pack between, basically in an uprise sandwich between Real Mickey Kura in 13th and Mummy in 15th.
Merck's trying to make a pass on Dakar at the moment.
Oh yeah, what's happened to Dakar? He's fallen right back. He was nearly 2 seconds ahead of 420 Merc Music. Now he's only 1.5 tenths. Well, side by side with the Audi. Look at this.
One of 3 things. 1, he had a mistake. 2, he's trying to make it fair. Or 3, he's just playing it safe so he doesn't have another mess up.
Or could it be a tyres problem?
I don't think it could be a tires problem. You know Dakar. He's great on the tires.
I know, but he did.
But not only that, but Patrick Kuro, he's going to be in the lead now. Hold on, hold on.
They're sharing second place, the Audi and the KRR.
This is some tight racing at the moment.
Or Fernand's going to take it. 4 cars are in the battle for the lead right now. They're within 4 tenths.
It's a 4-car lead train, but you know what happens when you get a 4-car lead train? You're going to start getting that dirty air on the corners. And if you can't see where you're going, that's going to be detrimental.
Fernand leads from Patrick Kuro, Dakar, and 420 Merc Music in that exact order. 1.33 tenths of a second separates them.
Oh my goodness. They're so close. It's like slot car racing. But where's everybody else? Is the whole grid all together now? Or are there some
Fernand's fallen
outliers?
to 4th. I think it's a pretty close bunch. There's a bit of a gap between 4th and 5th, but other than that, everyone's pretty much within at least a second of the person ahead.
Merck's in the lead. Merck's in the lead. How long's he going to hold it, though? He's not going to hold it very long. He slips up on the speed corner. He's going to fall behind.
Oh, no. Merck, what's happened there? They're definitely not going to fall all the way back, but they are no longer going to be in the lead.
So that's fine. I mean, as long as he had the little slip up, was not able to get too much problems. Kira going straight in the grass, trying to get a better line off on it. Seems as though he was able to get it, though. That is a very unorthodox line, but it seemed to do the trick for him.
Here is Patrick Kuro. They've only scored 2 points so far this season.
That's still all 4 of them still together, even after a whole lap. That's incredible. As for the rest of the pack, they're starting to kind of get a little more separated. Oh, we're seeing a pit. We're seeing a pit. It's going to be a KRR by the looks of it. It's going to be
Kaikera. That's
pitting.
a very early stop.
Not only
from
that,
the Croatian.
but an uprise too. Mummy's going to be pitting as well.
And apologies, I'm just looking at the championship standings. I don't think Patrick Kuro has actually scored any points this season. So, what's happened for Kaikera? They just reversed out of the pit. He just reversed out of the pit stop. I think his car was in reverse. I think his car was in reverse, or he got stuck on something.
Oh no! He put it in neutral, but he might have did a gear change too many and put it in reverse.
That is not going to give Kaikera any time whatsoever. If this was going to be a strategic early stop, it hasn't gone in their favour because they've now come out behind the uprise, which went in after them as Patrick Kuro, their teammate, leads.
So this means that he's going to be in last now. Oh my goodness, Patrick Kuro bumping the wall. That was a risk that you might not want to take. But it seems he's still fine. He's still going to run it. He's now in the lead now, going up the bridge to the final set of corners. And he's going to run it. He's going to run it. But is he going to get that lead spot It's finished. Yes, he is. He's
Oh,
going to be
look
in the
how
lead
close
now.
it is! 600ths of a second for second place, which is shared by 420 Merc Music and Fernand, and 2/10 to Dakar. This is the closest battle we've had for a while, and don't
But
count
we're
out
not
Danza
done
Hajek.
because
They've gotten
Danza
involved with this as
Hajek-
well. They're just 7/10 now. Where on earth have they come from?
Wait, hang on a second. We have a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag. What's going on?
Keep an eye out. I'm
Why do
not
we have a yellow
sure.
flag?
Something happened to
I
Toots.
can't tell.
Something might have happened to Toots.
Maybe, but I don't see any crashes. What happened? Well, we're back on green, but I have no idea what happened. I saw yellow and got scared.
We'll just have to wait and see if we can get any word on what happened there. But
Wait,
Patrick Cura still leads.
Wait, hang on a second. Why is Critical in last?
Oh, Critical Noob must have DNF'd. That's actually...
Yeah, that's not only it, but Mumsy's in 13th. Is Mumsy still on the grid? Hang on a second. Is Mumsy still on the grid? Check if Aviation Chad's on the grid as well.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, Aviate on Chad. Critical Noob and Toots are all out.
What happened?
I don't know. Didn't see it.
I didn't either. I couldn't even tell what was going on. We might
This
have to
battle
find
for
out.
the lead is so intense because first is shared and third is shared. The entire podium is shared.
Oh, here we are. More crashes. More crashes.
Who's
That's
that?
a McLaren crashed out. That's a McLaren crashed out. And I think Matt actually had a spin out as well on the bridge, but he's able to keep the car intact. That
And
was another
Professor
crash.
Block's
I'm
a
guessing that was
pit.
Mr. Machaglove. Oh, and Professor Blocks is going to be pitting in the Pro Drive. Was that the only crash? Hang on a second. We have more people we need to worry about. It seems as though Kaikara and Mummy are still going to be fighting in those last few positions. Oh my goodness. I just realized we've already got half the grid out.
Pretty much, yeah. 15th and down are no longer competing.
This means that people need to start actually worrying about the fact that they need to keep those cars intact because we only have 12 left before the whole grid gets points. Actually, 3 left, but we'll have to see. Anyways, you keep watching those top 5 at the moment. I'm going to keep watching these back markers, seeing how many people are going to be crashing.
Well, this top 5
They are
is really the hot
extremely
spot. You can
separated.
see them all within one... Everybody here is battling for the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. This is the closest battle I have ever seen for the lead of a race. We have Patrick Curo, Danza Hajek Dakar, and 420 Merc Music, as well as the Aston Martin of Fernand, all within half a second of each other. This is incredible.
Professor, Kaikara, and Mummy are kind of fighting for those 11 through 13. Professor's got a big lead behind... Got a big lead in front of Kaikara and Mums. Hang on, we're getting some pits. Matt's going to be pitting. It seems as though Finn and Jester is going to be pitting as well. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing for tires. It's pretty early in this race for them to be pitting, although that might be a 2-stop for both of them.
Let's have a look at the data. Medium laps, 13 to 16. This is Matt coming in 11 laps in.
And hang on a second, we have a bit of a crash. If this is a freeze, then that might mean that slipstream was not the issue.
Yeah.
Wait, did Pat get out? Hang on, what happened? What happened to Pat? I'm hearing that Pat died?
I don't know. I was looking at the pit lane. I have no clue what's happening here.
Okay, I'm hearing that Pat did not crash, although for some reason his leaderboard setup is wrong, showing he doesn't have any time. Oh, we just got a video of Static showing his slip up. You can check that in media submissions. Oh my goodness, he just hit the bump, and the bump actually completely flipped around his car. So I'm not sure what Fast is going to decide. We are now an hour and 30 into this race.
And we've only completed 15 laps.
That is true. 15 to 37. That's not even half.
Apologies to Formula 2. You definitely won't be starting on time now.
I mean, I don't think that was up for debate. Now I got to figure out where Fast is and which server he's in because there are two servers. And Fast is going to be in the smaller server.
So there is word from race control. The server has crashed again. We are very much delayed. We will just have to wait
I'm
and
not
see if
sure.
they decide to continue this
Yeah.
race or not.
We'll have to see what Fast decides. We still do not know what Fast is going to decide when it comes to this race. Hearing from Greg, seems F1 fan will not be able to continue, so he is out as well. If we even do a restart, I'm not sure what what we're doing.
Yeah, that is a big shame. These timing delays obviously aren't helping drivers at all. So because this is completely out of F1 fans' control, they now no longer can race and try and score some points for Craig. Something that, yeah, that's not very good.
Not sure we're going to be able to do any interviews after this race at this rate, because we're going to have to get straight into F2.
Yeah, we will not have time to talk to anyone else. It's a big shame, but you know. These delays aren't helping us. Server crashes obviously aren't in... no one can control them. Legally, at least.
And knowing how long this regrid's going to take, actually, I don't think it'll take that long anyways, because we don't have as many drivers to worry about. How many do we have? Still 13. So we have 13 drivers that need to get back on the grid. We're going to have, what, 22 laps left?
I believe so.
Actually, we're only going to have 12 because now I realize that F1 fan's not going to be able to continue. I know it's pretty late for Matt as well. I'm not sure what they're going to decide. Why is nobody getting on the grid?
Because the gates aren't open on the garages. And I believe
What?
Faster's asking Dakar to just do some test laps. Don't know why.
I guess he's trying to see if the bumps are good now. I'm not sure.
If you are just joining us now, we have had 2 server crashes, a massive delay to fix track bumps, so we are extremely behind. F2 is now meant to have started 26 minutes ago, and we haven't even completed half a race because people can't decide what we should do next.
Well, we might have to postpone F2 at this rate, but we'll have to see. Because I think
Definitely.
Faster just wants to get this done.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard what he has decided, so until then, I don't know. He was making the care to the practice, but is he done? Where is he? I don't even see him on the group track. We're having argument in management, so I'm not exactly sure what Fast is going to decide. He says half points, but at this rate, I'm not even sure if we're going to even be doing that. Fast just postpones or just cut this race off. I think that might be best, in my opinion, because with everything that's gone on, I don't think it's worth putting in points. We haven't finished half the track. We have so many drivers screwing up, not because of their own issues, but because of track issues. Multiple crashes and issues just at the start. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's up to Fasta.
And Faster has decided to shut down the game. I wonder if that's too... I don't know.
He might have been making some updates, but I'm not sure.
We're already very much behind. Again, I will apologise for the delays here. It is out of our control. We are just hoping to get some racing underway, or for the race to be concluded, because even we know as much as you do.
All right, well, a new server has started, but Fasta has not been in it, and most of the officials are not here either, except for Project. He just joined. I guess we're just going to wait on the official announcement from Fasta what we're going to be doing. Here we are. Yep, it's a cancellation. Next weekend will be Japan.
Yep.
Well, would you look at that? I was right.
Why Japan?
I mean, I guess there's less bumps at Japan. I don't know.
Or are they? Oh, are they going to replace Qatar then? Because we're meant to be going to Qatar for the next
they're
race.
replacing. Oh yeah, they may be replacing. So based on this announcement, they're going to be doing it next week in Japan and not Canada. I'm guessing they are, replacing one bad track with another.
I don't know what. IEC needs to run next weekend though, because that's already been delayed by a whole. Well, I don't know. We'll just. They need to get these server crashes and things sorted, and because this is just not good for the league or.
Well, I think IAC could manage with another delay, because that just means that they might be able to get some more updates. Because I don't think the last race went as smoothly either, so, it's good to get the updates in for IEC before we, completely run it fully. But anyways, it seems as though we're going to be doing F2 shortly. We have swapped it over to Japan, so at this rate, I guess all we can do is say that's the race. We canceled this one. We're going to be going for next week at Japan. Fasta says he might try to fix Canada for F2. Not sure how well that's going to go, but we'll see.
I hope he does, because
anyways,
definitely not ready for an F2 Japan race.
I guess at this rate, the best we can do is just call it. Just head over to F2.
So I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank our members who've supported this very not interesting cancellation of a race, but yeah. Apologies for this, everybody. It is out of our control. Until whatever's causing these server crashes is fixed by the senior directors, then I guess it will continue like this. thank you very much for watching. Once again, I apologise for how this race has ended. It isn't what anybody wanted. But we will move to Japan next week or in 2 weeks. I don't know. I think we'll just be best to leave it there.
Yeah, I mean, but other than that, we're going to be trying to run F2 shortly, so keep posted on that. We'll be starting the F2 streams shortly. Hopefully that'll go a lot better than this one is. Hopefully we won't have any crashes. Definitely not going to have any driver crashes. But anyways, hopefully that will be a more exciting race. I believe they'll try and see if they can get it fixed up for Canada. But if they can't, then we'll probably have to cancel F2 as well. Luckily, GT3 probably won't be running on that track. They already ran in Canada. So we will see what happens. If we don't have any racing today, we'll definitely have some racing tomorrow.
Thank you for watching, everybody, and goodbye.